I'm been there, done that. We're with Podcast Junkies.
Been there, but I have not done it yet.
Yeah, well, this is you doing it.
I've been there doing that.
What's up, everybody? I'm Podcastro, and this is the Been There, Done That podcast. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Been There, Done That. It's your boy Podcastro. How we doing? It's good to see you. What a weekend I had previously, and just things have just been kind of snowballing down, and in a good way. I'm just feeling like I'm at the top of the avalanche, and I'm just going down, and we're gonna make it to the end. So I cannot be more than happy to kind of like get this going, and see the potential of all the different guests that are going to come in here. And, I kind of was sitting and reflecting, talking to all those people. And it was like a light bulb went off when I was like, oh my God, what I'm doing is we're relating to so many different things. And there's so many like-minded people, but also like-minded experiences, because the things that I might have experienced, you might have also experienced, went through. And, those troubleshoots, like to be able to almost sympathize or relate on that level it takes it to somewhere that most people might not be able to get to. And I just was sitting there interviewing one after another, and man, the amount of the high I got from speaking to those people, and just afterwards, and they're like, oh my God, the energy, and it was just radioactive, like, oh my gosh, radioactive, So, I want to kind of start off by saying this episode is kind of going to be more so speaking about the background and just where we've come and where we're going. I'm really excited. I've got, building a team here at Podcast Junkies. I've got a new engineer, really looking forward to working with. He's actually behind the helm right now. Daniel, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, hello. I'm Daniel, the new training engineer here. Ben let me join on after our very kind of right moment, right time kind of introduction to each other. I was here filming content for a guest on one of his clients, and then he asked me, he goes, yeah, I need a new person to come in. My other partner is moving on to different things in life. And I said, sure, kind of just like the right place, right time kind of deal. It was
one of the coolest things, because literally I got the news, then he comes in, and you did a great job, but I just loved like the way you kind of held yourself, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait a second, this is perfect. And then I was like, hey, do you got anything to do? And you're like, wait, I love doing this. This is something I wanted to do for a while. And I was like, well, right place, right time. And so, Daniel, I couldn't be more than happy to have you here. And, I'm really excited to see the potential of I know you have a background in film, which is, really, really great. It's going to be a really great addition to this team. But like to see, like, you're in the beginning of something that's going to be monumental, man. So
yeah, definitely my background is film. That's my main thing. But I also am in order to get to a spot where you're directing big time movies, you have to know everything. You have to know all aspects of the industry. News stories, television broadcasting, live streaming, especially live streaming nowadays. Podcasts, live streaming are a huge thing nowadays. It's the new norm. Now you see all these people like Kais and Nat, and et cetera, all these people. That's the new kind of entertainment nowadays. Also, social media and everything else. You kind of have to expand your knowledge on everything, and that's why I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
I love it. Yeah, man, and I couldn't be more grateful for you. But, you're going to be learning a lot here, and I think this is, a good network. That's kind of what we build here, Podcast Junkies. We have a good culture. We have a good group of people that come in here, a lot of good podcasters, but like I said, just some good humans. And that's kind of what I wanted to, touch base on today was just being relatable, man. So there's a lot of times in life, like everyone's doing their own thing, but in reality, we have a lot of similarities, right, man? There's a lot of times where someone, you might not have gotten that parking spot that you wanted, and it sets you up for the rest of the day. Or, there's just a lot of things that we go through. I have long hair, right? And that's something that women have, right? And there's a lot of times men don't think about how annoying long hair is. Like, long hair can be fucking annoying.
Definitely not me.
But I'm saying, like, so think about that. As a woman, constantly having either one, hair in their face, their neck dripping of sweat because there's, but that constant, there's something that I feel like a lot of people might not even think of, right? Hair is annoying. Hair in your mouth, hair, all of that stuff. So think about those little things that tick. So imagine the patience that, that's just one little thing that I kind of thought about on the fly. But there's a lot of relatable things that we have in this world. And, I did a show once, and I had someone, they called it, the relatability project, because it is relatable. We have a lot of things that, we're struggling with, and maybe it looks like a different image to someone else, right? There's a saying that I really love, is you can drown in 7 inches or you can drown in 7 feet, but you're still drowning, right? And in that aspect right there, that is a great line for, we're all going through some issues, right? We're all struggling. So, it's not a bad thing to lend a hand. And I try and teach that a lot. I exude positivity always, because I think in this world we just need a little bit more, and that's why I'm really excited to kind of be on this Been There, Done That, because I want to spread that positivity. I want to have more people in here and enjoy the time that, it's an hour. Come on in, we'll talk, I'll get to know you, and it's going to be a different experience. We might smell some scents, we might drink some different drinks. I want to know what the memories you have of, when something happens, you're like, oh, what is that? What does that bring up? Or where did that take you? When you smelt that, where did you go? Earlier today I smelt some peppermint, and it took me back to when my grandfather, when we would all go to church, and he gave us peppermint candies if we didn't talk during church, right? He's like, oh, good job, here's a peppermint. And so those things, like, I'm excited to bring those people on here and different guests and to learn about them and how we can kind of start. And, a lot of different avenues with learning about people, music, the different languages they might speak, where were they born, all these different places. And eventually, I haven't done everything. I haven't been everywhere. And I think it would be really cool to have these experiences with different people and then actually live them. I was talking to a woman, and she was like, I want to, be on your show. You're on my show. But you know what she said to me? She goes, I am such a businesswoman. I do all this stuff, but you know what's something I love to do? And I was like, what? And she goes, jumping out of airplanes. And I look at her, and she's like, yeah, I know. Some people might not want to, blah, blah, blah. Might not even see, like, she did not seem like someone who jumped out of airplanes. And I look at her, and I'm like, let's go jump out of an airplane together. And she's like, have you gone? I'm like, I've gone once, but I haven't been with you. So I think that would be so fun to go experience that, have a time of our lives jumping out of these airplanes, and then come back on and talk about our experience. I think that would be so amazing. And I'm going to do it. There's going to be foods that I haven't tried. There's going to be, sports I haven't done. Like, I'm up for it. So I cannot wait to encourage all of you to come on the show. We can talk about what we're going to go get ourselves in trouble in, or, what we're going to do. So this is really, really exciting. And, podcasting is not just about the mics. It's about the people, right? The connection, the authenticity, and for the longest time, I thought I had a really terrible voice. For the longest time, had an insecurity about my voice, and I can't sing yet, but I'm working on it. But at the same time, it's my voice, so own that. It's your authentic voice. That is what you and what makes you you. So own it. Believe in yourself. I love it. So, we're going to have funny stories, inspirational, transformationals, and, I want to see where those people have started and where they've grown to. And I'm not just going to be building this show. I want to build connections, and I want to build a community of one, conversations, but just of great people, you know? But that's kind of what I want to do. And Daniel, I'm really excited to have you being a part of this show and a part of this journey, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of content. We're going to have some crazy, interesting people coming on the show. And yeah, a lot of the podcasters here at Podcast Junkies, you're coming on the show. You're my clients. We're going to talk about what we're going to be doing and what we've done. So I'm really, really excited, Daniel. Really excited.
Yeah, and I'm very excited too. From the idea that you proposed to me about your show before the show and now when you're talking about it. Yes, positivity, it all revolves around positivity, right? Especially nowadays where social media runs the world. And people nowadays, especially in my generation, I'm 19 years old, this is my generation where we're growing up with social media. People have unrealistic expectations of life. People envy people. They're jealous of people. They're like, why can't I be like this guy? Why can't I look like this guy? Why is my story and my success story not going where everyone else is going on? Why can't it be like this guy's? I think that's what's great about your podcast and about your show is that when you said about positivity and talking about other people's journeys, I think it gives people a sense of, not everyone's story is the same. Not everyone's story is the same. And mine might be different. Theirs might be different. And people will learn like, I just got to be, this person did it this way. This person had it that way. I'm just going to be acceptive of what is going to happen to me and my fate in my life and how I am. I might be different than this person. I might not be as tall as this person. It might take me 10 years to become successful. It might take this person 2 months. You never know. Everything's different. That's why you got to tune in, listen, and be understanding and accepted of other people's situations compared to your situation. I think that's what's great about your show.
Dude, I love that, man. That was great. I love that. Yeah. What is it? Comparison is the thief of joy, right? But at the same time, we can grow and get to a point together and continuously spread that where the similarities have, right? Some millionaire can come on the show, can be someone that got injured when they were 16 and it was a life-changing experience, and that's how they were able to do that. Those are relatable things that we can talk about. And like you said, Daniel, there's a lot of things out there where there's that negativity or the false image. And I want to just bring real, raw, and real experiences to this show. Bring that high energy, that authentic, this is me. What's up? This has been there, done that. I'm going to have a lot of fun on this show. Like, this is going to be, you're going to see my personality come out and be who I've always been, but it's always been behind the scenes. So I'm excited because a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, he's just like how he is, and that's what I want to show. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you all for coming on, subscribing, watching, tuning in. I'm going to try and get this out weekly, but, I might have to do it every other day or something because I know there's going to be a lot of people wanting to come on and share their story. I want to hear your story and I want to feel your story. I want to be here with you and go through those emotions. We're going to cry. We're going to laugh. We might even piss our pants, but it's going to be a really good show. We're going to have a lot of fun. And I can't wait for you guys to give me questions. We're going to have we're going to have Q&As. Like I said, we're going to be smelling things. We're going to be drinking things. I don't even know. We'll see what it goes to. But at the end of the day, I'm so excited for you guys to be here with me, Podcastro, been there, done that. We're going to go that wide shot real quick. Let's get that beautiful wide shot. There we go. And again, I want to just say thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.